New York Times foreign affairs columnist Tom Friedman joins us this morning. His latest column, From Tel Aviv to Riyadh, recounts a recent reporting trip he made to the Middle East. And Tom, welcome.
Great to be with you, Beck.
Middle East is a place that you spent a lot of time, but you say on this most recent trip, things were very different.
Yeah, as someone who's reported from both Israel and Saudi Arabia for really since the late 1980s, I can tell you that if you haven't been to Israel in the last 6 months, you haven't been to Israel to see the remarkable democracy movement that's emerged there from the center left and center right. And if you haven't been to Saudi Arabia in the last 5 years, you really haven't been to Saudi Arabia. Let me start there, Becky. When I left Saudi Arabia the last time, late 2017, Mohammed bin Salman, the effective ruler, had announced women would be able to drive beginning in 2018. I came back and discovered Saudi Arabia has its first woman astronaut who drove a rocket up to the space station, and has women Uber drivers now, and has 2 Formula One women drivers. So a huge vault forward. When I left in 2017, MBS said Saudi women can attend soccer games. There's now a Saudi women's premier soccer league that's just about to begin its 2nd season. So it's been a dramatic, radical, and rapid social change. When I left in 2017, women's participation in the workforce in Saudi Arabia was around 16, 17%. It's now around 33%, which is a gigantic increase in such a short time. These are important trends. They're good trends.
Important trends, good trends, but it goes with the same leader, Mohammed bin Salman, who's also been linked directly to the killing of Jamal Khashoggi. And all of these questions that are coming up in the news front and center because of LIV Golf and the combination with the PGA, people look at it and they say it's blood money because it's coming from the PIF, the Saudi Arabian PIF.
It all goes back to that terrible, grotesque, not just murder, but dismemberment of Jamal Khashoggi. And so, for me, Becky, when it comes to how do you think about Saudi Arabia today, how do you write about it, from my point of view as a foreign affairs writer, is to ignore what was done to Khashoggi and the continual suppression of dissent, political dissent in Saudi Arabia would be immoral in my point of view. To ignore, though, the dramatic social changes that are happening there that are enormously important for Saudi Arabia, for the Middle East, and for American interest would be irresponsible. And so the only way I can square those two is to write about both as honestly and as forthrightly as I can. Now, where that bleeds into the LIV Tour, that sort of structural dilemma, Beck, is right at the heart of everything. We talked about LIV when it emerged. I thought it was a terrible, terrible idea. Saudi Arabia wanted to get into golf, into sports in different ways. But instead of getting into golf by building golf courses in Saudi Arabia, or maybe starting small with a women's golf academy that is in line with the social trends it's trying to promote, its sovereign wealth fund decided to basically launch an attack on the PGA Tour by partnering with some of the most dodgy members of the PGA Tour, I would say, and creating a rival golf league. It's like saying we want to get into baseball, and we're going to start a rival to the American League and the National League, and we're going to try to skim off the best players for huge bags of money. I thought it was just a terrible, terrible decision. But that was the decision they took. It was bad for golf, and it was bad for Saudi Arabia, Becky, because it took attention away from the social changes, important, vital, and real changes happening there, focused on Khashoggi.
Do they win, though, with now partnering with the PGA officially?
Becky, I have to tell you, I've been busy writing this column, and I've read as many stories as I can, I think, about this deal. I don't quite understand it yet, and so I'm really reluctant to comment on it one way or another. But to me, because I just don't understand exactly how it's all going to work.
I have trouble figuring out how we approach the world in 2023, Tom. I do. I don't know how to rank China's human rights record with Saudi Arabia's, with Iran's, with North Korea. I don't know how to say some of our multinationals in China or tech companies that go there. It just seems like you have to have some type of compartmentalization of all these things. I don't know if LIV is worse than Apple and Google and everybody else. I don't know how to rank it. I don't know how we operate in this world under the realities without being hypocritical in one place versus the other. It's impossible.
Joe, you're exactly right. My criticism of LIV is I think it's just a bad idea for Saudi Arabia and a bad idea, obviously, for golf, because it took attention away by the way it was done, Joe, from really positive things that are happening there. But on the broad question that you raise, Joe, Deng Xiaoping, had Deng Xiaoping passed away in China's great reformer in 1990, his obit in the New York Times would have said the butcher of Beijing. He approved the killings in Tiananmen Square, the crackdown there. It turns out he lived 20 years later and is seen as one of the greatest economic reformers of the 20th and 21st century. So obviously, these things are always going to go together. From a point of view of a journalist, I think you just have to talk about both, and you have to highlight the bad, acknowledge the good, and encourage the good, because life is messy and life is complicated. And that's what I tried to do.